I've been making lyric videos for my music and other people's music for years, and I can tell you with a little bit of work and a little bit of investment, you can have lyric videos that look creative, professional, and engaging. Today I'm going to use an example from a song that I just recently had the privilege of co-writing and producing for an artist out of the Congo. Let's listen to a section of what we just ended up with. So here's my 5 steps for how to make your videos look cinematic, visually stunning, and emotionally impactful. Okay, so step number 1, before making your video, establish your song's brand identity. Whatever your artwork is going to look like, it'll look a lot more congruent and professional if you can make your lyric video reflect that somehow. So I would use a similar theme, similar colors, and definitely the same type treatment, the same font as your artwork. Number 2, choose a stock footage website. There's Clipstock, there's artgrid.io, there's Shutterstock. I use Storyblocks only because it's got great content. I like to use 4K drone footage and aerial shots, and they have a ton of that, and it's all searchable by keyword. And I think ultimately it was pricing that won me over for Storyblocks. It doesn't really matter. I would suggest getting a subscription type membership so that you can download an unlimited amount of clips. I think for Storyblocks, it's somewhere between $125 and $150 a year. To me, it's totally worth it. I would look into that. Number 3, decide on your editing software. I use Final Cut Pro. It's basically just iMovie on steroids. I think it's perfect for things like lyric videos. It's got pretty good features for typing in lyrics. It's got decent color correcting features, filters and stylization and effects and things like that. You don't need something this fancy though. iMovie just comes with a Mac usually, and if you have to buy it, it's like $5. You just put footage in, cut it up, and you can add type to it. Really simple to use, but choose your editing software. Number 4, pick a visual theme. I usually like to find imagery that's kind of nature, but it doesn't matter. It can be gritty cityscapes, it could be people doing their thing, but I would just be consistent. Kind of a bonus tip, one of the things that sets apart professional cinema from amateur movies is color grading. So I would suggest color grade all of your clips together to have a similar tone and color profile. It's a way to kind of make all of those clips feel consistent and congruent. Kind of like when you're writing songs. The best songs are about one thing. Same thing with lyric videos. Try to figure out how to keep it about one thing and to make it look one way. And number 5, finally, just type in your lyrics. And again, let's make sure that your fonts match your song's artwork and the font that you use for that. And a little bit of a tip, let's avoid cheesy fonts. So don't be using Comic Sans or Papyrus, but also avoid being too plain. I know that in the last like 5 to 10 years, kind of like minimalism has been a thing, but I've found in lyric videos, it can just make it feel too sterile or corporate. So there's like this fine balance. You might need to do some research to figure out some really good font combinations. If you wanted to get really creative, I mean, you could even like scan your own handwritten lyrics and kind of superimpose those into the video. I mean, the sky's the limit. Just avoid cheesy and avoid sterile. I hope that these 5 tips were helpful to you today on your quest to make a difference in this world through music. We live in an ever-increasing video environment, and so having a lyric video is really important.